Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Time for that morning money talk to the young people. And when I say young people, this is what I mean. I don't want you guys to think I'm talking all the way back to, I'm thinking, let's just say 30s. All right. I know that I know you guys that are younger than 30, you think 30 is old, but it's not. And I'm going to give you guys some valuable money making information. Okay. And the reason why I'm talking to you young people, because you guys are closer to grade school than most of us that are well past grade school, okay? And I know you're thinking, grade school? What the hell are you talking about, Linnell? I'll tell you. To win at this money game, all you need to know is grade school math. Remember when they taught us about pluses and minuses and the money game? Remember when they used to correlate money and math together back in grade school? And then after grade school, it just stopped. Remember that? You know why they stopped? Because that's all you needed to know about your money, period. That's it. Now, the reason why I do these things in the morning is because that's when that's when it comes to me, right? All the ideas. I don't know why it does. It just does. This system, all right, if you understand this now, this system is so simple that it looks complex. That's the craziest part about it. It looks so simple. It's so simple that people don't believe it. Now, I'm telling you, all right, someone or some family designed this system. The system is remarkable. It's amazing. It's just, and I'm going to simplify everything for you. Okay, young people, are you listening? I'm going to simplify this game for you. If you understand and go by math, don't go by feelings, all right? Never mind what I look like, look at my shirt, look at my background, because I used to look at all that stuff. Oh, look at this person's suit, what kind of degree they got. They must be smart. They got a PhD in finance and all this other. You just think that, right? So you think that's the way to go because that person has all these degrees and where they went to school. It helps since let me take that back. As far as earning money the fastest way possible in the shortest amount of time, yeah, that'll help you because you'll earn a lot of money in a short amount of time compared to working at McDonald's or something, right? But other than that, don't let job titles fool you. Okay, just because somebody's a doctor and somebody works at Chick-fil-A, don't think their net worth, the doctor's net worth, is worth more than the person that works at Chick-fil-A. Okay, I know that sounds crazy. I know you're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's true. All you need to worry about is net worth. Add up all your savings. I always repeat this, and if you go through my videos, it sounds repetitive, right? But because it is to show you how simple this is. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals your net worth, equals the money you have in real life. This formula will work on anything. Hey, can I afford that car? Savings minus debt equals the money you have for that car. If it's in a negative, you can't afford the car. Hey, can I buy those shoes? Savings minus debt equals the money I have to buy those shoes. If that number's in the negative, you can't afford to buy the shoes. I'm not saying this, people. Math is saying this. I didn't invent math. It's that simple. Now, you young people, before 30, 35, whatever, if you just use simple math, you will win at this finance game. Everything is around you telling you how to do it. And I'm saying this because I'm not in debt anymore and it's crystal clear. This is all you got to do. The three simple factors. Savings minus debt equals your net worth. anything financial, anything to do with money, all you got to do is the exact opposite of the majority. I forgot the third one, but it'll come to me. Do the exact opposite of the majority. I'll give you an example. There's trillions of dollars in student loan debt. Either don't get a student loan or pay yours off. Trillions of dollars in car loan debt. Don't ever get a car loan. Don't ever, oh, that's the third one. Never ever finance anything that depreciates. Okay, savings minus debt equals how much equals your net worth. Never ever finance anything that depreciates. And anything to do with money, always do the exact opposite of the majority. Like I was stating earlier, trillions in mortgage debt. All you gotta do is Google this. That's how you do it. Credit card debt, trillions of dollars. Don't use credit cards. Trillions in mortgage debt. Don't get a mortgage. Trillions in car loan debt. Don't ever finance car. These rules overlap each other. A car depreciates. Don't ever do that. Now I'm gonna give you an example too. Everybody says how far a car goes down in value as soon as you drive it off the lot, right? That's the majority of the population believe that. The car goes down in value before you even have the keys in your hand, because you cracked your lips to say, I want to finance that depreciating object and I want to do it with interest. That's what you're saying. You don't hear it because everybody around you is saying the same thing. Those are all the people in the debt matrix. They talk like that. Step out the debt matrix and you'll say, oh my God, I know that car goes down in value and I'm going to finance it? Mm-mm. According to math says you keep doing that, you're never going to win with money, ever. Somebody designed this system and it's beautiful. It's so simple too. It's just math. It's just math. If you learn this, if you understand this simple concept right now in your life, right now, you will win. Nobody will be able to fool you with money. All these money scams, nobody will be able to fool you. Now, every month, I always post my full credit report, okay? And these are things I want you to ask yourself, okay? And there's an answer to this. Now, if you go and look on my Facebook / DebtAintMyDaddy, DebtAintMyDaddy, one word. I post, and my Instagram, DebtAintMyDaddy, okay? I always post my full credit report, not just my credit score. Credit scores are just indicators. They don't really mean anything. It just says, hey, if this person has a high credit score, he pays back the bank their money on time. A person with a low credit score, they don't. That's it. When you go in deep into it, you'll really see. Okay. And this is why that is. Now, you go see my full credit report, you got to ask yourself, how come this guy is showing his full credit report and nobody else does? Why does he do it like it's not a big deal? But everybody else makes it feel like it's a secret. Oh, no, you can't see my whole credit report. You can see my credit score. And then most people in a debt matrix, they'll look at somebody's credit score and assume that this person got money, this person has money, or their credit score is like that because they're a doctor or a lawyer or a successful business owner. That means absolutely nothing. What you want to know, what you want to see is their entire debt load. So if a doctor, let's say a doctor is making $300,000 a year, but you go in to see their full credit report, and they're about $500,000-$600,000 in debt. According to math, they're under zero. They're in the negative. Doesn't matter their job title, how much money they make a year. If they're $600,000 in debt, they're in the negative. That's their net worth. Now, here's another thing that people get fooled by. Somebody will talk about their house. Oh, this is how much of the equity is in there. I'll add that equity to my net worth. No. If that house has a mortgage, that's the bank's house. That's the bank's equity. Oh, I'll get it. I'll get it when I sell it. Then sell it. Sell it. See if you get what you're thinking in your head. See if you get that exact, see if that person, whatever, get that exact amount that you think in this equity is in that house. See if you get that money out. And people also think, oh, I'll refinance my house, get the equity out. If that's your money, why do you got to sign papers to get the equity out of your house at an interest rate? They're paying interest on their money. It's their equity, but they're paying interest on it. Does that make sense? If you went to your bank account and pulled out, would you sign papers to get your savings out of your bank account? Would you pay interest? Hey, bank, I need to get my money out of my savings account. What if the bank turned to you and said, oh, yeah, we're going to charge you interest for it? You would look at them like they are insane. What do you mean? That's what I mean. Because when a person pulls out equity of the house, guess what? They're borrowing the money. Know why they're borrowing it? Because it's not their money. How come I didn't make that correlation? I don't know. It's the system, and the system's beautiful. If you're on the wrong side of the system, let me tell you something. If you're on the wrong side of this simple ass system, you're gonna feel like you're struggling all your life. If you've been in debt all your life, guess what? You're stuck in survival mode. Always catching up for the next next job, the next job that's going to give me a raise, the higher money. You think that's going to save you? All you got to do is all you got to do is figure out where you're at right now. If you lost your job today, would you be in trouble? Probably so. That's your net worth. If you couldn't last a month, you're in trouble today. That's because your net worth is under zero. See how that works? It's so simple to find out. Excuse me. But you can change all that today. You can change it all today. Now, let me tell you guys something, okay? I've been financially free for about 5 years now. What that means is that I don't owe anybody on earth. So if I had a job and say like I got laid off or got fired or whatever, I wouldn't panic. I'd be like, okay, well, let me just go find another job. Take my time, go on interviews, not go on an interview being desperate. I would go on an interview to see if I want to work for that company. And interviews would be totally different. I'd be asking them questions. Hey, because I'm in, like, for example, let me give you an example. I was a virtual engineer for 20 years. I have a degree in computer science or computer engineering or whatever you want to call it, right? And I've been doing it for 20 years. I would go in there, like before, I would always be on salary. I used to always think salary was better than hourly for some reason. I don't know why that was, but if you're on salary, believe me, you are getting used. And all you got to do is this. I'm jumping all over, but I want to give you an example so I can tell you. All you got to do is this. If you are a salary worker thinking for some reason, that's a program that thinking it's better than hourly. Calculate your salary. You already know it is stationary. And then write down all the hours. I don't care if it's 5 minutes outside of your normal work, the contract you signed for that position. Write down all the time. Keep track of all the time that you work after hours, answering email, text messages, whatever. Add all that up, and then calculate that together, and then calculate your hourly wage, and see if you're working less, or if you're making less than an hourly worker. Because if you're hourly, you would just, hey, I worked this time. Oh yeah, that's this time. Oh, I worked on a Saturday for 2 hours. You would calculate. You get paid for every one you do. But when you're salary, you're working for free. For free. And when I would go on an interview, I would ask them that, hey, what are you hiring me for? Work Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week, weekends off, whatever, right? And I would make sure that's specified in there so that because they're going to do it. It's business. It's nothing personal, okay? They're going to test it to see if they can, hey, we'll pay for your cell phone. Now you got to think about that. If you got jobs that'll pay for your cell phone, you're thinking, just like I was thinking, woo, that's another bill I don't have to pay for. You think the business is doing that because they like you? Mm-mm. They're not doing it because they like you. It's business. They're doing that so they can have 24-hour access to your life. That means they have the legal right to call you, email you, text you, because they're paying for your phone. I specifically remember this guy, I was working at this particular job, and I was talking to another guy. He was older than me at this time. And I said, hey, man, you going to have the job pay for your phone? He turned to me and said, hell no. Mm-mm. I was looking at him like, are you crazy? That's free money. It wasn't free money. That was not free. And if I would have just thought about it, this business don't like me. They don't love me. It's business. They pay for that so they can have access to your life. If I got another job, and mind you, if I need another job, I'll go get it. That's the only way I'm going to get money. I have to work. Okay? I get another job, I'm going to have a separate phone. So when I leave that business, I'm going to power that phone off and put it in my desk. So they don't accidentally think they can call me, because if you start that trend, they're going to do it. But if I started right off the bat, hey, my phone's in my desk. Hey, Lynette, we try to call you. Why? My phone's in my desk. My phone's in my desk. What are you calling me for? Oh, we had a problem. Why are you calling me? I don't get it. Like, here's an example, okay? Now, this is not just one business. This is multiple business, especially in the IT field, okay? Where I've been for 20 years. Now, there's usually what's called an on-call rotation. What that means is that you are the point person for a week, 24 hours a day. You can be called at any time. If a server goes down, somebody's having computer problems with their laptops, or across the other side of the United States. I was a global engineer, okay? So, but it is 100% impossible for me to know every single system throughout the entire business. Linux, Windows, SQL servers, and databases, and mass storages. Nobody can know all that. Nobody. That's impossible. So what they did was, I was the point person, and I was to call, if something went down, I was to call the person that knows that system. Now, I'm the only one on call. Everybody else is not on call, one person at a time. But I was to call that person that's not on call. So whoever, like, say, like the storage system went down, right? I don't know nothing about it. I know a little bit, but not major, right? So I would call the person that's not on call that knows the storage system. That person's not on call. But yet they have to stop whatever it is they're doing, get on the system, log in, whatever, to fix that system. But that person's not on call. Same vice versa. I was the virtual engineer. I'm not on call, but if it went down, the person that was on call would call me and say, hey, Lynette, the system's down. Can you jump on and fix it? And I would have to stop anything, wherever I was, and fix it. That wasn't in my contract. I didn't sign up to be accessed 24 hours a day, anytime they needed me. I would never, ever, ever let that happen again, ever. I did it because I was in debt and allowed it. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night all the time thinking, man, I had this feeling inside of me that this is not right. Something's wrong. You know what that was? That was debt saying, you're right. But since you owe me, since you're in my grasp, you better do it. Because I would be nervous. Ooh, I don't want to get the manager mad. I don't want to lose my job. Now that I'm out of debt, I wouldn't lose my job. If they call me, hey, Linnell, we tried to call you last night and you didn't answer, I'll be like, why'd you call me? You know I'm not on call. Why are you calling me? What are they going to do? Write me up for? What would they have done? Write me up for not answering the phone call when I wasn't working? I would dare a manager to write that up and then sign his name on it. I would dare him to do that. I'd walk in Monday, he'd be like, hey, Linnell, we tried to call you. I'd be like, yeah, I was busy on my own time. They don't do that. I would never allow that, which means it would be very difficult. If I were to get back into the computer industry, it'd probably be very difficult for me to fit in because I wouldn't fit in like that. I wouldn't allow any of that. And it would throw the managers off. It would throw the business off. Why is this guy now? Now, don't get me wrong. If a business sees that in me, they might say, we want that guy because he understands it. He understands how it works. I understand that it's business. If they put me in a position to do that, because people allow that to themselves. This is the indicators of people that are in this desperate situation, begging for overtime, begging for more hours, begging, literally begging. That tells a person in business that this person is deep in debt and they will do anything to work. They'll work on holidays. They'll work on their day off. I can call them anytime I want. Even if it was their day off, I can call them, hey, can you come in? They sure will. Why? Because they're in debt. They need the money. It's nothing personal. I get it. But if you understand how the system, what I'm telling you, it is so simple. But the only way you're going to see what I'm telling you, you must get out of debt. You must. Now, this is how, let me give you another example. All right. Now, this big thing of Bitcoin, all right? I mean, this it's all over the place. All these different types of Bitcoins. Maybe this one goes up, that one goes down, and everybody's jumping around. Hey, man, and all these people are probably coming at you. When you're in debt, you don't know who to trust, all right? All you see is this fast money. I can make it quick. You're thinking like this. You can just skip the process and go straight to the top, right? I get it. But that only fools people that are in debt. Anybody, this is the quickest way, because it happens to me all the time. I make all these videos. I be getting people coming at me, hey man, it's usually multi-level marketing people. They always say, hey man, if you do this and that, You know what I tell them? I said, because they always come at you, hey, I'm making this much money. You jump on, invest this much, and you'll triple and quadruple your money, blah, blah, blah. They always talk, blah, 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 I just let them talk. And you know what I say to them? I will believe you if you let me see your full credit report, because they're telling me they're making all this money, right? Thousands and thousands of dollars, thousands of thousands in Bitcoin and blah, 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 right? I say, if you let me see your full credit report, I will believe you. Personal credit report. Because if they're making so much money, they're not going to be thousands of dollars in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any mathematical sense. And if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either, because money and math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math and money are feelings. Break it right apart. Boom. Blow it. It'll blow math and money clean apart. Feelings. And when I say that to them, they act like they don't, and they don't, okay? When I ask them about that, let me see a full credit report. They're responding with like, why do you want to see that? Because you don't know. Because nobody has ever asked them that. If somebody asks me to see my full credit report, I'll know exactly why they're asking. I'll say, sure, I'll show you. Here you go. Or you can just go to my Facebook and look at it. I post it every month. If their credit report, their full credit report, don't look like mine, I ignore it. It doesn't make any sense. Now, for example, people that they're talking about investing in Bitcoin, it might be even your friends, all right? Hey man, I put this much money in Bitcoin. Now, if their total debt, say like they had $100,000 in student loans, right? Student loan debt, okay, $100,000, and they're talking about they had invested $10,000 in Bitcoin, and their Bitcoin is tripling and quadrupling. You must stop and ask yourself, if they're $100,000 in debt, and they said they invested in Bitcoin $10,000, if they're in debt, they had to borrow the $10,000. Whether they know this or not is 100% irrelevant. They believe they invested $10,000 in Bitcoin, But if they're $100,000 in debt, they didn't invest nothing. They borrowed $10,000 to invest and cross their fingers. What they don't realize now is that they're now $110,000 in debt. So indirectly, they borrowed the bank's money, invested the bank's money into the Bitcoin. Now, at the same time, people in the debt matrix have this idea of like, oh, it's not my money. If I lose it, whatever. It's their money and it's more of it. But they don't understand how that works. All they got to do is do math. Hey man, I got $100,000 in debt. If I want to put $10,000 in that, I have to literally borrow the money at an interest rate. And so it's more than $10,000. You see what I'm saying? And they just crossing their fingers. And if they lose it, they go, oh well, it's not oh well. Now that person has to pay that money back. But they don't think like that. But if you do the math, it shows it. Now, if you're young and you're listening to this and it's confusing, it doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you why it sounds confusing. Because nobody else is telling you this. The reason why they're not telling you this, because they're stuck in the debt matrix. They believe a mortgaged house is theirs. They believe a financed car is theirs. Everything they charge, they probably have 10, 20 credit cards and they charge them and they're bragging about. Those are the same people that brag about their credit card limits, getting a black card because of the way it sounds and looks. Who cares what a piece of metal this? I've had people say, oh man, have you heard the sound of this credit card? It sounds like metal. So what it sounds like? That they probably picked up a piece of aluminum, put some fancy designs on it, and give it to you. It's nothing. It's not their money. It's not their money. They're borrowing the money. So when they brag about credit card limits, you want to think to yourself like this: why are they bragging about the bank's money? Why are they doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Because it doesn't. But if the banks can convince people that it is their money, it's business. If you understand this concept, you will be financially free for the rest of your life. Life is not even that expensive, especially when you ain't got no debt. Life's not expensive at all because you no longer have to pay full price for almost anything. Anything. If you have cash, when you're financially free, you have cash. So that means you name your price of whatever it is you want to buy. You want a nice car? You want that fancy new car that you see it on the lot? Just wait a year or two. Wait till somebody else in debt finances it, because usually people are stuck in this car financing loop because they're so upside down in the car. They have no choice but to keep financing cars to look good. They're looking good to the people outside, but the people that understand, I understand that they're in debt. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. And then once they get in trouble, loss of a job, break a leg, layoff, divorce, whatever. There's a million things that's going to happen. And then they're going to need to get out of that car. And guess what? You're going to have the cash. Hey, I got the money. I'll give you half price. Here you go. And they're going to be glad to take it. Now you got the fancy car that you wanted under Blue Book. Somebody in a nice house thinking they're whatever, and then they lose a job, divorce, same thing. These things happen. They apply across the board, okay? And then they go into foreclosure. Guess what? You have the money to buy the house for a quarter of the price. When the next recession hits, it's Christmas time. If you're financially free and the next recession hit, because it's coming, it's going to be Christmas time. People that are financially free, Christmas. Now, when I say financially free, I don't use the words rich or something like that, because people have their different versions of rich. You might live on a block and the guy down the street might have a nicer boat and a nicer car. You might think he's rich. Or that person down there, he's a doctor, a lawyer, somebody, he must be rich. That has nothing to do with nothing. The doctors are usually in the deepest debt because their student loans alone. And then they sign up for these student repayment plan for over 25 years. Are you crazy? You got to be crazy. That's financial prison. To owe somebody that long to pay back a debt, a doctor could pay off their debt In 2 to 3 years, they have the money to do that. But they don't want, they got to show that they got that doc-itis. So they want to show the world that they got money when they're really broke. All they got to do is do the math. They can live, get a single room apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, live like that for like, I say 5 years max, pay that debt off, and they will live like kings. But they don't know that. They're stuck in the debt matrix. That's why it doesn't matter your job title. It doesn't matter. A person at Chick-fil-A can be, net worth could be worth more than a doctor's. If that person has zero debt, their dough is just stacking above zero. All you need to worry about, forget the titles, rich, wealthy, blah, blah, blah. All you need to worry about is your net worth. Are your finances in the black, meaning above zero, or are they in the red, below zero? So when people ask me, hey, Linnell, you giving all this financial advice. Are you rich? Are you wealthy? You know what I say? My finances are in the black. That's all they need to know. Are yours? No, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The amount of money I have is irrelevant. My finances are in the black. That's all I say. They're in the black. Are yours? Nope. That's all you need. Hey, that's the difference. If you understand this now, you understand this beautiful, lovely system that's just 5th grade math, you will be wealthy. Now, wealthy is separated from rich and blah, 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 because those categories can all still be in the debt matrix, okay? But when you're wealthy, you understand you're no longer working for money. Your money's working for you. I'm not going to get into all that, but taxes can help you become rich. All you got to, when you're wealthy, this is how you think when you're wealthy, okay? I understand now that I had to stop thinking about money individually and start thinking about money collectively. What do I mean by that? If everybody was rich, like say, for example, I owned let's say a car lot, okay? Now, if everybody was wealthy, nobody would be coming on my lot to finance a car. Because wealthy people don't finance cars. You know, that's why they're wealthy, because they don't finance depreciating objects with interest. So I'd go broke if everybody was wealthy. See what I'm saying? It doesn't work. Now that everybody's not, they would come, people finance cars, phones, whatever, all financing depreciating stuff with interest. See how that works? And then when you think collectively, you understand. So for example, here's another example. If, let's say 401k, okay, you got a job. If you can, to fully fund a 401k in 1 year is $19,000. If you're in debt, it's mathematically impossible for you to fully fund a 401k ever. If you've never done it, you're messing up big time. Big time. I'll tell you why. And this is why it can help you become rich. You take $19,000, it goes into your retirement. Not only are you putting money into retirement that's growing, you get to take off that same $19,000 off your annual income, saving you $19,000 off of your taxable yearly income. That means you pay less in taxes. Now, if the majority of people are in debt, they're paying the highest taxes. Now, if you take $19,000 off your taxes, say like that generated an extra $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year for you. You're making $7,000 a year more than the average. The average is made up of millions upon millions upon millions of people doing all the same financial moves as one. Every year, you're making $7,000 more than the average. And if people were able to see your bank account, they'll be like, how come this guy is making $7,000 more? We make the same amount at my job, but yet he has $7,000 more at the end of the year. How is that? Because that person's in debt and you're not. That's why. And your retirement's growing. People in debt, they can't afford to do that. So there's two things. They're not putting money in retirement, and they're paying higher in taxes because they're higher up in the tax bracket. They believe that if they go out and make more money, they'll be able to get more stuff. This is how people in the debt matrix think. They believe that, hey, the answer to my problems is to go out and get a job that makes more money. Totally forgetting that they're going higher up in the tax bracket. And people in debt, you know what they do? Oh, I got a promotion. I'll go finance a brand new motorcycle. I'll go finance another car, putting themselves even deeper in debt to show the world. They're so busy trying to show the world how much money they make when they're absolutely broke. If you understand this concept at a young age, you will be rich before, let me not say rich, you'll be financially free before you're 30. And let me tell you something. This is how powerful this is. Okay. This is how powerful this is. You can tell people how you're doing it. They won't even believe you. They'll be looking at you like, what? Yeah, I just got out of debt. That's how come I got so much money in the bank. That doesn't make any sense. Exactly. And then you'll come back to this video and say, oh my God, how did you know that, Linnell? Because I'm free. I'm financially free. I'm never going back into debt. I'll catch the bus before I go back in debt. I'll ride a bicycle. I won't care what anybody thinks. Oh, look at Linnell. He's broke. He's got that old ass Honda. I don't care what you think. I've been at this at like 3-4 years now. You see how many followers I got? Like 200 something. Or what am I? No. Am I don't know where. And it's not even 1,000. But this is the answer yet to help people become financially free. Does that make sense to you? But when I look at those numbers, that should tell you how rare this is, because everything I'm telling you can be 100% proven to be true with math. No guessing. Am I making this up? All you got to do is do the math. Add up all your stuff. Or here's an easier way. If you lost your job today, would you be in trouble? Yeah. That should tell you you're in trouble now. If you are depending on a job right now, imagine a tree, okay, with a whole bunch of branches and leaves, and the trunk is your job. And the branches are all the people you owe money to. Everybody. If you lost your job, the trunk breaks, everything falls. See what I'm saying? That's exactly how it works. All you got to do is believe it. Stop being scared. Fear is the one that's locking you into thinking that there's some quick fix that's going to fix this problem for you. It's not. You cannot borrow your way out of debt. Bitcoin's not going to help you. Some new MLM's not going to help you. They're not going to help you. All these people that are coming at you with these new fast money schemes, all you got to do is this. Ask to see their personal credit report. Most will have no idea why you're asking that question. They probably won't even show you, because it makes no sense to them. Why would you want to know? Yeah, I'm not showing you my business. No way. Somebody asked me, here you go. Actually, just go to my website and see it. That's all I would say. Whatever. I know why you're asking. This is how rare this is. It will change. This has changed my whole life. This is why I'm so passionate at what I do. This is why I can just talk for 30, 40 minutes and it's not even a big deal. I'm like a rapper spitting lyrics right at the top of my dome. It doesn't even matter. It just comes to me because I see it. It's clear. But I understand the realm I'm in. Okay. That's why I have such few viewers, because the people don't understand it. But they hear what I'm saying. They have to, because all you got to do is open up your calculator on your phone. You don't even have to know math. All you need to know is the right numbers to punch in your calculator. Your calculator will give you the answer. You don't even need to know 5th grade math. Just open up your smartphone and put the proper numbers in there, and you will win. But the difficult part will be is believing the numbers that you put in your own calculator with your own hand. Look at those numbers, say, how come I don't believe I'm broke? You answer that question, You'll be rich for the rest. You'll be financially free for the rest of your life. You will get to wealthy status so fast. I didn't wake up till age 40, and I'm mad. I was mad at myself for a freaking year. For the longest, I was like, how come I didn't apply fifth grade math to my finances? I would have been a multimillionaire years ago. Mm. That's why I'm here to share, especially when you're young. I knew when I was like late 20s, 30s, I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, what is it? How come I'm begging for a job, crossing my fingers? Ooh, I hope I get this job. My whole life will change. Nothing changed. No matter how much money I made, I just kept digging myself deeper in the hole. Oh, now I can afford that nicer car. Afford. Even though I'm still financing the car, I'm saying them out loud to myself, I can afford that car. Could I pay cash for that car? No. Then I can't afford the car. Mm. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, if you like my videos, write me, ask me questions, DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. If you need a free 15-minute consultation, great. Reach out to me. The better part will be before the 15-minute consultation. Just email me, write your situation. You don't even necessarily have to be contacting me to become financially free. Maybe there's a certain financial situation you want advice on, factual advice on, because I'll justify everything I'm telling you with math, okay? You will leave knowing why I'm telling you the information I'm telling you. You might not like it, but all you got to do, I always tell people like this: if I tell you something that you don't like, look at the math. If the math makes sense, that's all you need to care about, okay? All right. Thank you, everyone.